Hello, I'm Brandon K. Hedgepeth, and as the host of this show, I want to invite you to my latest conversation here on Tansson Talks, where today I will be speaking with friend of the podcast, Bryce Martin. Welcome back to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here again. What would this be? My fourth time? Third? But no, it has to be more than three. I feel like it would be five, maybe.
Yeah, I definitely know that you've been quite a frequent guest within some of the previous iterations of my show, and so I think overall this might be the eighth time, maybe.
Maybe.
But I think some of the times were split up, so definitely
Yeah.
definitely some what was it, room for interpretation there. But it's definitely has been a few times, but the first time in over a year though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a minute since the last time you saw me. I think the last time I was on the podcast, I had like long dreaded hair. Now I don't have that anymore. So it's funny. Loop back around to how I was in the first podcast where I didn't have long hair at all.
Yeah, it truly is sort of like full circle there, because we first spoke on the podcast in October of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Back on my original Brands Tech audio podcast, and so years later, I'm so glad to have you here on my current Tansson Talk show. And Bryce, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Just a little tired. I just came back from an event. I was taking pictures for it. It was just like wasn't like a serious job or anything. It was we were just having fun for like a few hours, but just hanging around, laughing, eating, and then taking a bunch of pictures. That's about it. But other than that, pretty fun event and pretty fun day. There was a lot of things apparently happening today because when I got to um ODU, there was a lot of people like shuffling into like one area and everything. And if you couldn't tell from how I normally am, I'm back in the studio, how where I always go when I need to record something for a podcast.
Well, nevertheless, I hope that your event at least was a fun experience, and I'm so glad, like I said, to have you here today.
Mm. Yeah, it's nice to see you again. I had to push it back a little bit for the time wise, but I had to get back in here.
Well, I definitely love that. And Bryce, if you're able to go ahead and reintroduce yourself for the watching or listening audience here today.
Gotcha. Hello, my name is Bryce Martin. I guess I will be graduating ODU in what is it, on May 4th. So I am ODU graduate. I'm the previous, I guess I would be the previous now director for WODU gaming. I'm a content creator. I'm a photographer. I'm a guy. I don't really have much of an introduction for myself. I feel like every single time when other people introduce me, they say way more stuff than I even think to say. So I'm like, oh, I mean, I guess that's true, but I would never say all of that. So every single time when I have to introduce myself, I just say what my hobbies are and then where I'm at in life. That's about it.
Well, nevertheless, though, first of all, I'm so glad to hear that as a time recording this, that you will be graduating on May the 4th, Star Wars Day,
Mm.
and that, and of course, I know that that would have happened by the time this releases, but I nevertheless want to
Yeah.
congratulate you.
Oh, I'm sorry for dating your episode. My fault.
No, you are absolutely fine. I mean, like I said, we're here in the present, and we're going to enjoy the final few days of the spring 2024 semester while we can.
Hmm. Yeah, that's all we really can do is just make sure to like enjoy these last few times because I'm like going to, even though I want to go to events, there's so many classes that just give me so much to write for finals, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is so fun. I would like to go and enjoy like the events that happen. Like I got to an event late where they were just giving out like these potted plants, and one of the last I came in when there was one plant left, and it is like the saddest plant I think I've ever seen. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Give me 1 second. It's like right over here. It is like like I'm going to revive this thing. This thing is going to be saved by me. I'm not sure if you can see this. It is like there's like dying pieces here. This is wilted. Some parts are overwatered. Parts are like someone snapped this in half or something. Like this was the last thing here, but like some parts are pretty strong, so I'm just gonna see if I can revive it in a strong way. Like there's small parts here. Also, I guess for my introduction, I like dealing with flowers and stuff. If I get to a house like at the event today that I went to, I saw a $750,000 house that's in Norfolk, and it was like right near the water and everything, and they had so many flowers. I said, it's like if I was gonna get like a retirement house or something like that, I would like a house with a greenhouse because I would just take care of like a lot of plants. I would just have like a nice space to take care of stuff like this. I want to be, I want to try and get like a a place like that because I just think that's very relaxing. Like do you mind if I go on a tangent for a second?
Go right ahead.
Okay. One of my most recent fascinations that I've gotten into is is like going on TikTok and then finding these specific videos of people like making tea, but they always make it like, you know, not like the regular store brand tea and stuff. They're like, I'm gonna make a coconut pineapple tea, and then they just walk in their backyard and say, I'm just gonna get some herbs from back here, and then just throw it into the pot, and then they get the whole what is it, the uh mortar and the what are they called again? It's like the stuff they use to like crush stuff together, like the bowl, and then you like mix it together and stuff. So they go and mash in every all the pieces and stuff, and they put it into the pot. They have like this nice tea boiler, and then the tea water changes colors and everything. It's like I'm watching wizards work. They're like making potions over there. They're like put stuff together. It's like the water gets all blue and everything. They pour it into like the cup, and then they squeeze like some lemon in there, and then the acidity from the lemon turns it into a purple color. And I'm like, this is such a cool thing. I want to do this. So if you invite me on this talk show again, and I say, Brandon, I've got the tea kettle set up, just know that is what I'm doing. I'm going to be living my best life. I feel like I feel like what I've always liked to do is like if I have like my own place, I want to like be able to have like a cookie area, like some kind of lounge thing, because I always do this when like people come over to like my place or something. I like have snacks for them in some like regard. Like I would go like, "Oh, you want a drink? Oh, you want some snacks or something?" I do that a lot. I don't know where this came from because neither of my parents do this. Uh, so I just think that's like a cool thing. So like to be able to go like, "Hey, you want a drink?" and then just mix my witch's brew together and then start concocting a drink together is like the funniest thing to me, and I want to be able to do that. I feel like if I do that, I'm that's going to be a nice addition to my hobbies that I like to do, because it's not only growing plants, but then it's also making tea, which I like both of them, so that would be great. End of my tangent.
Wow, that's actually really interesting. And so, actually, to take a step back a little bit, so have you always actually
Mhm.
been, yeah, I mean, been interested in this sort of stuff, or has it just always been with the more recent TikTok trends?
So I always been like interested in stuff. Like when I was younger, my first job was working at a greenhouse because it was just right next door. I don't think I've ever said this here. So it was like right next door to my neighborhood basically. Like I could literally walk like um from the distance of BAL to the web, that's pretty much the distance between my house and that greenhouse. Like it was not very a far walk. Like I would go there, like I would get interested in like because I would know about how to take care of all these plants, like like hydrangeas need like specific type of like light. Other flowers need like to be up in the air. They don't like to be on the ground because they're on like if they're like laying on the ground, they don't grow correctly. They so like it was like a lot of stuff like that. I took care of a lot of what are those things called again? The Christmas flowers. Why does it's like those are like my poinsettias. I didn't even look it up. I just remember the name. Poinsettias. I love those flowers so much. They're beautiful to look at. I like knowing to take care of. If you break one, it's so annoying though because they have like this inner glue type of thing that like it's made to prevent like insects from eating it. It will literally choke insects if you eat them. It's like this like weird glue thing that like comes out. It's like their blood. Um, I think that's very cool as a flower to just defend itself. It's also a pain to mess with because if you accidentally break a flower or a stem, it's just all over your hand and it just keeps falling out. So it's like, man, you're such a cool flower. I I don't like you doing this. But I've always so I've always been interested in like flowers and like taking care of like plants and everything. I've never had like the personal uh facilities to like take care of plants and everything because my house isn't that like uh accommodated for it and everything. So I'm just like I kind of just look at it from a distance. It's just very nice. But for tea making, I have liked tea for a very long time. I think it's very funny that my mom somehow got me into tea when she tried to get me into coffee. So she loves coffee. If you wake up in the morning, my house smells like coffee all the time. She told me how to use the kettle and everything, like the kettle, the Keurig and everything to like use coffee and everything. And then I just made tea one time and I was like, yeah, this is so much better. Like I like the smell of coffee a lot. I don't like the taste of coffee. With tea, I can make it like bitter, sweet, and everything. I think with coffee you can also make it like bitter or sweet and like depending on how much you add and everything. But for some reason I can always taste the notes of bitter from coffee and I don't know why I can do that and I that what makes me not like coffee as much. I love the smell of it a lot. If I ever worked at Starbucks, I would make all the drinks. I would never try any of the drinks. Like I love the smell of it. I do not like drinking it. But yeah, um to answer that long-winded explanation, all to answer yes, I have been interested in these two hobbies for a very long time since I was like 15, I would say. So in order for me to like uh have the capabilities to do both of those hobbies would be pretty nice.
That's actually really interesting. I definitely want to, I mean, to look back to that as well. But, but switching gears a little bit. So, of course, as of speaking, you are finishing out your term as the gaming director at WODU Studios. And what
Mhm.
number year is this for you at WODU?
uh, 5, I think. Yeah, because I got here when I was a freshman. The COVID pushed me back a little bit, so that was just a whole year. I wasn't in the studio, but I was working from home technically because I have the whole streamer set up. So yeah, so it'll be 5 years in total of me working at WODU. I have brought that YouTube channel from what was it like 45 subs to what it's not like impressive number in comparison to like other people like showing their stuff up. It's like oh yeah, just a year ago I was like 5 subs and now I got 10K and I'm like oh that's so cool for you. But I love them regardless. Everyone who says that to me, I'm so happy for them. Me saying oh that's so cool for you, I'm joking. That's an incredible achievement. um so we went from like I think when I was a freshman, it was like 45 subscribers. Now it's at 378 subscribers, which is not huge in the vast scheme of YouTube, but it is a good accomplishment for me. I got like a good amount of my friends to also help. So like if you ever you've come into streaming like live when we're streaming live sometimes where there's just a group of people in there It has changed drastically from me being by myself in a room streaming to now people wanting to stream because I've showed them how to do it. I've gotten oh no, you can't really see fully. You got this computer right here that people can use to stream, and not my laptop or that very old Dell PC that they used to stream as well. So I got this to help them stream. Uh, I've shown them how to edit. I've shown them how to connect stuff together, make YouTube videos, do thumbnails, edit, and everything like that. I've taught them almost everything I know, and they've been having fun doing it. I think one of the most like uh, fun things that we've done is me and my very good friend Makai. We were marathoning Spider-Man, like the PS4, PS5, Insomniac Miles, Spider-Man 1 and 2 with Miles Morales. Um, and we had like 2 weeks to beat both games, which was crazy that we got in that situation because we didn't want to hold a PS5 over winter break for a friend that lent us the PS5 to play the game. So we were just like, okay, do you have any classes, Makai? And Makai was like, nah. So we just spent an entire week before we went to winter break, where we just played the game basically for like 5 hours a day. It's five. No, I think it was way more than that. I'm scrolling back. Give me a second. I think it was like, I don't think I've gone that far. I think I've overshot it. Let's see, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then there's like a huge break. Let's see, 4 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, five. Like you can see at a certain point where we're just like, okay, we got to beat this game now. So it's like, goes like the casual, like 4 hours, 2 hours. Yeah, that's regular stream on. 9 hours the next day, 11 hours the next day, 6 hours, and then we beat the games. It was very fun because if you can see like the thumbnails for everything, we decided to uh, am I able to share my screen? Because I will be able to show this I if you won't mind. I think I can just do that. Yeah, share. Okay. So you can see like the YouTube channel. Yeah. So here's the thumbnail. So like we would literally go from like I think yeah when we were just starting it, it was like down. Yeah, I think it was like down here. Yeah, I think this was like the very first stream where it was just like, oh yeah, 1 hour. Then it's like, okay, 2 hours, and then he put my face as Spider-Man because what we were doing is basically like switching off between each other whenever something happens. Like after a while, I would play Spider-Man. After a while, he would play Spider-Man. So we were just like, okay, me on the face for most of the time, him on the face for most of the time. But I guess I became regular Spider-Man for I guess because like there's my the weird face for like one part just glued on top of Spider-Man, and then Makai put on for Miles Morales. And this specific shot right here for that thumbnail that I'm pointing at right here, this one was very funny because we had to like move the chair and everything to like get him to like have his hair falling down. He was actually upside down for this exact shot. And so we had to like recreate a lot of these shots. I recreated we were just recreating this. It was very funny just going back and forth for a lot of these because it was just like, oh yeah, we're like we had to get a bunch of people just to like look at this because like beforehand we would just take like 30 minutes like setting up the thumbnail, and I was like, okay, this is probably the most effort we've put in a thumbnail. And then after that it's just kind of just been like back to normal. Every once in a while you put like the face on there, but like it hasn't been like too crazy thumbnails. I feel like after a while I feel like that's probably the most like effort we've put in the thumbnails, but it's been like a very fun time to do. I feel like I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a bit. I feel like that's been like it's a very fun way to like not only show people that what is it, the people like Daniel, who is like my under director, who would take my place, and then Makai, who is now my general manager, who so that was a whole ordeal of like showing both of them like how to um stream and edit and have fun with doing the thumbnails and stuff. So it was a fun thing to do. It was a very fun thing to do.
I bet. And first of all, I mean, it sounds like you all definitely have some fun with making your thumbnails and the whole ordeal with that. I mean that story is hilarious.
hmm It was it was just basically just it was basically just yeah, we were just like, if we're going to suffer, not even suffering, we were just in a room for a very long period of time. Like I feel like if you had to, I'm very happy it was Makai because like that's my very good friend right there. I feel like if it was with anyone else, I would be in agony. But if you have to suffer in a room, uh, playing a game for multiple hours at a time, then come back like it's your next shift at a job, and then play for another multiple hours of a time. I feel like if you do that, you have to be like really good friends with people, and I'm very glad that I found someone like that here at ODU.
I love that. Yeah,
Mm.
and yeah, and so of course I know that this is your, as you mentioned, your fifth year at WODU, and is this your fourth potential year as gaming director?
Yes, actually. So yeah, I was a regular member in my freshman year, and then once COVID happened, then I was suddenly thrust into being a director because everyone else left because of COVID. So I'm very happy that I took the position because I was having fun with it for a while, and I have a lot of content on here. Like I'm now looking at this. I didn't think I did, but this is really yeah. There's the lights gone, and here's where these lights come into play. Um, I didn't think I had like a lot of like content in like lined up in here, but then I like scroll down for a bit, where I'm like, oh okay, here's where my older stuff is like 4 years ago, and it really was that long ago. There's like a huge gap between when the old director left and when I came up, which I'm kind of happy for because like I'm like I kind of just took over this channel for a very long time. I I feel like a lot of like the viewers who've like been with me for a bit also kind of like has just been with me for like a very long time because like some of my viewers like Kingdom Key who's like been around for a while. I've given him advice at high school and now he's graduated and like working somewhere. So it's just like a very interesting like concept that I've just been here and people's just been watching me for a while. It's not a huge amount of people, but it has been like people that's just been here watching me for a very long time. I think that's interesting. And then I'm still gonna be here, not here, but like going to like stream on another platform. Well, on another channel, which I have yet to make yet. I still need to make that just so that I'm able to not fill out like my other personal channel. I again like I said before, I don't feel like I have enough content on my personal one. Like even though my personal one has stuff on it, like it has like a better amount of like content on there than it did before. I I'm not confident enough in showing it, but I will probably showcase the live one, the one that I will use to stream on a lot because it's just um I'm just gonna be up there uploading content and then disappearing and then uploading it again. So it's nothing too serious to take on it.
Well, that's definitely like that is interesting. I do want to continue speaking about that as well. But how is it for you overall? Like coming in as gaming director, in the midst of 2020, I believe, midst of a pandemic. you hadn't
Mm,
even, you weren't even on campus for like your first year or so of, being gaming director. And
mm.
so how has that like overall progression been from you from the start to the finish? And you've gone through also quite a few under directors as well.
I f- Maybe two. Oh, I guess it would be like three under directors. I would say. Uh, just because like one of the under directors, he found like a better passion in like music, so Kenny's over doing in like the music and doing his radio show and everything. Makai was my second under director. He then became the general manager because no one filled that position. It is still a crazy jump that is still funny to us to this day. Um, and then the third one was my good friend Daniel, who has been like helping out with like streams. It's mostly been like Persona streams. Like if you know of that series, it's like a long role playing game like type of series, and he's just been streaming that. He recently beat the fourth game, and then we last night beat the third game. As like a group where we like all were together, but it was mostly his playthrough since he had the controller for most of the time. He played the main character. We played as like the supporting party members, and it was a fun stream to do for that. And then he just kind of appears for anything else. He's just kind of free as a person, but like he has like a good amount of ideas, and he said he went from like thinking streaming was to like telling me one day, it's like, hey, I want to go stream. Are you are you doing anything? No. Okay, I'm gonna go stream tonight. And then he would go stream whatever game he wants, whatever brain rot is happening currently in his mind. He will go and stream that for a bit of time, because it's just like an interesting thing to have like moments recorded onto like a type of channel and stuff. So to have that like placed on there is very interesting. I'm gonna turn the light back on because it looks like I'm getting summoned from heaven. Give me a second. I'm gonna like move this down. I can't hear you if you're talking, but like I'm just gonna move this down and probably this, and then that should be good. Hold on. Let me move this. Yeah, let me get those glaring lights out. Yeah, that should be fine. Actually, that looks way better. That looks extreme. That was bothering me the entire time, but I couldn't leave because I was mid tangent. What was I talking about again? Yeah. Okay. So like games that are, so like he's gonna be taking over like the director like area, and it's probably like the best time for him to take over because Makai recently got him into Persona, like that's whole series, and then the new game came out which we just beat, and then a DLC for that game is coming out in the fall. So he will have something to do when the summer is over, and he will have something to look forward to. um he said that there's a high chance that we're both just gonna like appear on each other's streams. Like he's just gonna be like, hey Bryce, join Discord voice chat, and then once I join Discord voice chat, then I can hear him over the stream and stuff. So it's just gonna be like I won't I've been told this, and I've told them multiple times, they will not get rid of me. I feel like even after um the both of them graduate and stuff, and the new director is someone I've never seen before, I feel like I'm still gonna be there in some fashion. Like I'm either gonna donate stuff, like just appear one day and just donate stuff, or uh edit for them in some fashion. I have no idea how that's gonna work, but like I'm not gonna like disappear. uh I don't want to be like how my previous director is. Like I love Alex so much. Alex is great. I want this, if this ever goes live and Alex sees this, I want to collab with you so much. We just keep missing each other on like times and everything. I want to be able to like schedule times to still help with stream, because I think I've poured too much time into this for me to just be like, to me this easily be like, okay, it's all on you now. You have the ability, and then just never return. I feel like I want to be able to like appear in some way or fashion. If I'm not like fully into it, because I will probably be doing my own streams and stuff. I'll just be like, hey, I'm gonna like look at this stream for a bit, just watch them do that. So I'll be there in some fashion, even if it's not like the most in there anymore. If I'm not streaming anymore.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And yeah, I completely get that. It's just like when you spend so much, time, especially since I believe that WODU is so much more than just, the radio station, the gaming, I mean, it truly is a
Mm.
community. And so how's it like feel for you, even though you said that you're definitely not going anywhere, but to nevertheless, though, be, transitioning out of your role of gaming director, having gone from, your own streams at your house during the height of the pandemic to now
Mm.
having group streams on a almost daily basis, and now be
Yeah.
transitioning out.
Yeah. Um it was very funny because like on my first like year as a director, like I made a video because I literally did not have the capacity to stream for like several months because I quite literally did not have anything to record what I was doing. Like there was just a huge portion of time where I was just away. Like I couldn't stream. I couldn't like my laptop wasn't strong enough to like record or anything. I had to get a I had to get a streaming laptop, a streaming PC, so that I was able to record myself and stream myself, which is still with me to this day. I love that PC so much, that tower PC, because it allowed me to like edit. It allowed me to uh do what I could and make like get a head start and stuff, because the only things that I had to work with was my old knowledge of streaming, which didn't exist anymore. Like this old setup that is still here technically does not work anymore. The wires are so old, I think, that it just doesn't connect. So I had to use like the Elgato. I had to research what Elgatos were. I had to look at like microphones to use, which like capture devices to use to like get stuff for games and everything. Um it was very interesting to think about. Yeah, so I just had to basically make everything myself and then just work with it. Um and it's so funny now thinking about it because Elgatos are so expensive now. Like Elgatos are like Elgato capture devices are so, these are like the old ones don't work anymore. That's how old they are now. Let's go to the 4K. Let's not go to that one. Let me go do capture card. Let's do let's do a 60x. 60x ain't too bad. Um this is $180. The capture device that I have what like got up to like $99. Like maybe I'm just misremembering, but I don't remember it being like nearly $200 for stuff. I feel like I bought like $99 for an Elgato, and then I was pretty good on that. I feel like streaming has leaped in like jumped in the most recent years because I these things are so expensive now. I feel like it makes sense, right? Like everyone's trying to be a streamer. They're like, "Oh, yeah, let's just boost the prices so much." So I guess I got into like a really good place of starting to become a streamer because they haven't boosted the prices yet. And these capture cards come out like basically when a new graphics thing happens. Like if a new like a new 4K graphics thing comes out, they're making a new capture card. Like Game Capture Neo, what is this? A power device that turns you into a creator to connect your console gaming screen or laptop or a. What is this? Hold on, I'm looking at. I'm sorry, I've now cut off. I've found a game capture Neo, which is apparently way cheaper. This is like $119, and I need to see what's different about it. Like, is it just a good cheaper capture card? Connect your gear and select Game Capture Neo in your favorite app. That's it. When you're ready to capture, your boss spots will have to fiddle with settings. Huh. I guess I know what capture card I'm getting next time. Okay. Yeah, let me let me see how it is on Target. I'm sorry, I'm like, hold on, let me see if I can capture my screen so like people don't just look at me looking at something and then be like, what is he looking at? He's just kind of staring off in the distance. All right, so you're gonna see your face for a second. Um, so here's the game capture Neo. Um, this is apparently like this is new. Like there is no reviews on this. I don't think anyone knows what this is. Like this might have came out like last week or something because I don't remember this appearing at all. I don't remember this being so cheap. And um, sharing your journey with the world. Like there has to be a limit to this. There's something wrong with this. Like I feel bad that this is something that I'm at now. Like Tiny but Mighty, Cable Harmony, like that's so much easier to use. Hold on, let me bring out what mine look like as a clarification because I have like the old this is such an old model. Like when I told you that this changes every single time there's a new graphical update. Like it's literally a new graphical update. Like this is the HD60S. To explain where we are now, with capture cards, where is it? Where are they at now? They don't sell this anymore. This is the newest. The next upgrade to this is the HD60X, and this is $180. An upgrade of this. This is what I bought in like 2020, and it has worked for me ever since. This thing has been with me through thick and thin, and it still works. But this is like it's like saying 4K HDX awaits. Like you put all this together, like this is incredibly good gameplay. Everything looks extremely crisp and everything. Flashback recording, time travel. What do you mean? Hold on. I'm sorry. I've now devolved into looking at what this is. So you can slide. What? Oh wait, this is AF. Oh, that's good for like Adobe Premiere. Okay, that does make things a lot easier. I don't use that way of like recording, but like I need to figure out that I'm now like in a zone of trying to figure out what's the like I was going to buy this when I graduated because I'm like, "Oh yeah, let me just get this upgrade that I've always wanted when I get a job." But then when I get like an actual clear job and everything. But this just seems very simple. I don't think it shares like straight up HD stuff. I feel like this is for like the common man, if I want to say that. This is like what is this? Up to 4K? No, that's not like the highest amount, but this is like extremely good. This is like one below, I think. Yeah, because like the newest one is like super high up. I'm sorry that I'm not. Yeah, this is 1080 6B HDR. This is only nope, that's 4K 60. Oh, okay. This might be like neck and neck. Like what's the difference? I'm sorry that I'm taking over your show, Brandon. I have to figure out what the difference is. I'm gonna cut it back to you. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I'm gonna cut it back to you while I keep looking at this. You could ask me another question if you like. If
No worries at all. And yeah, and so I actually do want to ask though. So since you are finishing up, your degree right now, so how was it overall, like going through, your time since, since we first spoke in actually September 20th of
Mhm.
2021 to even now? Like, how has your academic journey been for you over these past, like I guess
uh,
3 years about?
I could. Academic wise, it's been pretty fun. Like there's been some annoying teachers here and there, which it happens. It's college. Not everyone's that saint teacher that you love to see. But it's been a fun journey. There's been I my GPA was so bad at a certain point. Like it was not a good GPA. Like I've now got it back up to like I think I think it was either a 3.0 or nearly 3.0, which is pretty good. Not like the strong. I mean, I say not the strongest, but I'm talking about. I then immediately think about people who like got like what is it? Get 4.0 GPAs on the regular. So I'm like, so I keep comparing myself to them. But academic wise, it has been fun. I recently started. Recently, I mean like 2 years ago. I did like um the ODU esports, so I was helping them with that when it came to like production and like editing clips for them. I haven't done it like this semester because I was focusing a lot on like personal stuff and then making sure that like everything here is good and my academic work is good so I can just freely graduate. Um but it was fun working with them there, and I wish I had like one more semester to keep working with them because like they were very fun. It's like a good amount of like uh content and stuff to like put on a resume. Like it was I went to like I got to go to like events and stuff. Sadly I wasn't able to like go to a Comic Con for like their events to like do photography and help with the production and stuff. But I had fun with it. I had fun working for them and doing everything like that. Um, that will be good on a resume regardless. And I think I I'll probably come back to them in some form or fashion. Probably not like directly, but I'll probably do something where I'm like, I'll make a quick clip for them just because I tune into a stream or something. But I don't know. It was fun. It was fun. Not like the I didn't put my hugest foot in here like I did with this club, but it was fun. It was a fun experience overall together.
So I know when we originally met back in 2021 that I know you said that
Mm,
you were hoping to increase like your photography skills a little bit more and to
mm.
get into it a little bit more when you have some more time. And so would you say that you've been able to sort of enhance your skills and have a bit more fun with the camera over the past couple years?
Yes, I have actually. I've been doing a lot more with photography. I bring my camera basically everywhere. I need to get an upgraded camera like a lot badly because like stuff is stuff is like it's being overtaken by like digital cameras and stuff because I got that camera when I was like 17, I think, and I'm about to turn 23 in a few days. So that's to put you in perspective of how long it's been, how long I've had this camera. So this is it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Like it can shoot fine pictures. But like I do need an upgrade for it because like stuff of like getting into like other jobs and working in other businesses and helping with photography, they kind of require you to have a better camera in some fashion if they don't provide it for you. Because if they say like if you say in the resume that you're a photographer, I'm pretty sure they're gonna think that you're gonna need a better camera. Like they're gonna think like you're gonna have a camera that that's like keeps up with like today's trends and not a camera from like 6 or 7 years ago. I I feel like that it's gonna like throw them off like a lot if that's the case. So I have gotten better at like camera work. I think I have gotten better at editing because on my personal channel I did a whole 30-minute long commentary type of thing where I just rambled about talking about my favorite game that got discontinued. And now I plan on like when my finals are over, I plan on like deep diving into the story and then breaking off into chunks for people who didn't see the story of that game because it's pretty good. So when I posted that video, I did get a lot of like comments saying like, "Oh man, this editing's very good. I want you to keep making stuff." So I'm like, that did help. That did help my ego a lot. So I would say that I did have fun editing a lot because I also did like a nice edit for like esports where they were like doing picture day and stuff, and I just threw something together, and then they apparently liked that a lot. So I guess I my editing did get better, even though I don't edit as much as I should. Like I should edit a lot more. I feel like in on WDU Gaming, I'm going to do a lot of edits for my last few weeks until I graduate when finals are done and everything. Uh, I feel like I'm just there's going to be a lot of stuff I'm just going to put together. But yeah, that's basically it. I feel like my editing has gotten a lot better. My camera work has I feel like it has stayed the same, but I've just gotten opportunities to do more camera work stuff. Uh so it might have gotten better, but I haven't seen the change. I haven't seen it personally, but I it probably has gotten better in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. Yeah, first, like what you were saying, like always keeping your camera with you. Like I know, for for myself that I always tend to have my camera with me, and yeah, and I like like I said, like messing around like with different, um, equipment and whatnot, and I completely get the thing with the editing skills as well because you keep doing it over and over again. It just feels like it's like, man, it's like I'm just doing the same thing, but it's like you do slowly progress. And when you look back at some of your first edits, you're like, oh, it's like I thought this was
Mm.
like the best work yet, and so
Yeah, yeah, I actually have done that with my older edits. It's gotten to the point with my older edits that I've actually um uh privated some of them because I'm not proud of how they look in comparison. Because um I'm like positively wanting to get better. So I will like see older edits and then be like, man, this is not funny, and then just get rid of it, then private it. I won't like delete it, but I will just straight up go like, yeah, this is just not a good edit, and then just like not post it up anymore. So it is kind of funny that I have gotten a lot better with editing. Um I've had a lot more fun with I feel like if you have more passion in what you're doing, you can just have like a lot more time to grow with stuff. Because if you're just doing it for just money and stuff, then you're not gonna have as much fun anymore. You're gonna be like, oh man, this sucks, and then you just never grow from it. But like I've always had fun editing. I've always had fun taking pictures and stuff. So it's just been like a very fun thing to do. This channel is 7 years old. I'm not looking at how old WU Gaming is. The channel's 7 years old, and it was like 45 subscribers until I got it to like 37 hundred.
and I guess taking that too. So how does it feel for you to even have a position, especially in college, where you are actually getting paid to play video games?
uh, Very funny. It's extremely funny. My dad talks about that a lot. That's how he introduces me sometimes with what I do at school because he's like, yeah, my son, guess what? He gets paid playing video games. Can you believe that? Like he says that often. Um, but it is very interesting to think about that. I'm just like, oh yeah, I guess I do get that. And then my other way of getting paid is editing for people playing video games. So because I worked at the esports thing, so like I every single time I made an edit, I would put that time in the timesheet, and then they would give me money for that. So it was a very funny collaborative experience for that. Um, I got nothing else. You can continue.
Well, nevertheless, I mean, that's so cool, I said, that you've been able to do that and progress in your own personal goals as well. And as we are mentioning back in the introduction, throughout the end of 2021 and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the end of 2021 and in a little bit in 2022, I know that you had been, yeah, a recurring guest on my previous Brands Tech podcast, where I did a lot of tech discussions, and so I know you were a part of, a lot of the group interviews and in tech and gaming conversations we had
Mm-hmm.
there. But I know one of the
Mm-hmm.
things that you had mentioned then is that you had somewhat wanted to do a reset for 2023 and beyond, and in the sense of, you wanted to become more devoted to your passions, like you wanted to work out more, and you wanted to stay focused towards graduation. And so reflecting on that, about a year and a half later, so
Mm-hmm.
would you say that you've been able to accomplish those goals?
I have gotten myself to graduate. That is one thing. I'm also what is it? I worked out like a little like I work out every now and then. I do it to like get up in the morning. So I also do stuff of like carrying like heavy stuff. Like my backpack is very heavy and I would just carry that with me everywhere. So I would just like carry that. I would go everywhere and then I would just like, I guess that does count for working out because my body then gets used to the heavy stuff on my bag. So um I guess that does count. But I did get, I guess, yeah, I did get time to like do my passion stuff for like editing because of like I talked about before, my the edit that I did for 30 minutes of talking about one of my favorite things. And then uh like 2 months ago I made another video that was 23 minutes and basically the same thing. Um so I feel like I have gotten there. It's not gotten to the point where I'm like enough because I feel like I'm very I wouldn't say I'm slow with it, but like I need to work like faster. I would say like I need to be more passionate with what it is. I've things that like come up, I prevent me from getting to do it because every single time I want to edit or do something like that, I feel like I need to be devoted to it. But like work comes out, something else needs to happen, and then I never get a chance to do like my passion hobbies and stuff. So it's like unfortunate, but I have gotten better, I would say.
Yeah, that definitely makes, perfect sense. And with graduation as the time of recording this coming up in just a few days, first of all, how are you feeling about that? And what do you have planned, for after graduation? Like, do you have an idea of what you want to do? And also, if you could remind us of your major again as well.
Gotcha. Uh, my major is communications and a minor in film. It doesn't feel real that I'm graduating, but I did want to try and do like an internship for Canon cameras because they did a workshop they came up with a workshop a while ago, like 2 months ago, I think. And then I got the information from the people who were talking, and so now I've contacted them, and then they said, "Yeah, we'll get back to you." So now I'm in that internship state where they said they told me to send them my number and some form of a schedule, and they haven't responded to me back. So I'm going to reply to them in some fashion, saying like, "Hey, what's going on?" Because even though I like working at Costco, I do not want to work at Costco for all of my life. I'm going to need some kind of internship that gets me to get out of Costco.
That makes perfect.
There's a light gone, yippee!
First of all, the lighting now actually looks a lot better than it did previously.
Yeah, at least that. Yeah, I don't look like I'm getting summoned into heaven for a second.
But nevertheless, though, now that I said that you have that, the internship hopefully, coming up relatively soon, and being able to graduate, like, what would you say, like, is the next step even for you personally? Because I know we spoke a little bit that you want to, of course, be able to one day have your own place and, for instance, have your own little gardening area, being able to make your own teas, for instance, and
Mm.
host other friends at your house. But like, how would you envision, I guess, the next year to come for you? Like, where would you want to be in April of 2025.
I guess still live streaming. I don't really April 2025 I would hope to move on from Costco and like do another job, I would say. Um I'm probably not going to get my it's going to be so impossible to get my own apartment or stuff with a greenhouse, but I'm going to have something that I can work with. Um, I'll probably still be live streaming just because people like seeing me live stream live, and so I got the equipment. I have the passion for it. I can just do it at any point. I can stream with my laptop. I have the tower still that I can stream with that, and so it's nothing like I can basically do it whenever I want to. So it's not like anything like crazy that I can do. So next year it'll probably be similar, but I'm just not working anymore. Well, not like not in school anymore, I mean.
And yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm so glad I said that you definitely want to continue with streaming. And I know that you said you're still working
Mm.
out as to trying to figure out, which platforms you want to best, stream on for your own personal platforms. And I guess, do you know when you begin that transition to getting your own platforms revitalized? Because I know, yeah, your graduation will be here before you know it.
Yeah, basically. Graduation is like right around the corner. It's so I'm since I live in Richmond, I live like farther away from Norfolk. So I would try and get like as much like time I can with the people around here before I have to start basically commuting like an hour 30-minute drive away whenever I want to see these people again. So I've been like hanging out with them more. I've been having like Thursday breakfast with Thursday breakfasts with them, where we just basically sit at a table and just eat for like a bit of time. So I've just been trying to make as many memories and stuff until I graduate, which is coming up pretty fast.
Well, I'm glad that you're able to have those Thursday breakfasts. And do you all go to the
Mm.
same place every week?
Yeah, basically, because I found like a nice like breakfast place that gives like a nice waffle breakfast deal where it's like waffle like a bunch of fruits on it, fries which they cut up like hash browns, but it's basically like burger fries, like that stuff, and it's seasoned and everything. Eggs and then bacon. So it's like a good amount of food for like $12. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. We can just keep coming back here. So pretty good place. And I just uh I'm gonna see what else is around here because I want to just eat a lot of stuff that's around here. Um, there is like I think only two restaurants left, kind of to just go to and try out. But besides that, I've pretty much eaten everything around here. I used to like have like this thing where I wanted to compare every single apple pie in the area, which I kind of do have like a ranking scale. It's just not as like great because I haven't put it into like a physical form, but like I have put like restaurants on top of each other when it comes to like where to get my apple pie. I did this for fun. Like there's literally no benefit reason. I'm not getting paid by Big Apple Pie to make this list. I just having fun with it.
I love that though, and I love that you're working to, like I said, explore the area, cherish those memories,
Hmm.
and I mean, and spend time with your friends while you're in the area. And so, would you say that that is one of your your main priorities for for your final days before commencement? Oh, and what is the name of that breakfast place you go to?
It's called The Bird. Like, was you should all check it out now. This is a great place. It's on like certain days it closes to like what is it? Like 2 or something. Yeah. On certain days it closes to like 2 or like but like on like Saturday and Sunday it goes from like 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., which is like weird. It has a weird schedule. But This is a very nice place. I have not gotten anything terrible out of going to the Bird. Like the Bird is a little expensive with some of their dishes. Hold on, let me share my screen once again. Give me a minute. Here we are. Okay, share. Yeah. Okay, here it is. Yeah. The Bird. Yeah, the waffle plate, waffle top with fresh fruit, 2 eggs. You even chose a bacon and sausage. So yeah, it's basically just like your own choice of like doing stuff. Like some of this stuff is like a little expensive. Like I think one of the things that I got was this, which is probably I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this at all. It's $10. Um, I kind of wish I didn't have this. I wish I got this instead. This sounds amazing. Mini biscuits filled with sausage, egg, cheese, filled with roasted pepper. That sounds scrumptious. I might get that next time. But yeah, it's like breakfast tacos, classic sandwich, chicken and waffles, egg salad. Like this is the most like comfy restaurant. Like I've walked into here and then just let's see if I can get a good picture of the inside that doesn't look like a jazz club. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I guess this does kind of work. Like there's just nice comfy seating some places. Let's see if I can find another yeah, here we are. Okay, yeah, here's the bar and everything. It's just like a nice comfy place that I've sometimes gone in here to just work and just like edit sometimes and then just like write an assignment just while I'm like getting like drinks or eating this which I can have these scrambled or have it like this. But it's very fun place. The bartenders are nice. I've gotten to the point where I've started to like remember the names of bartenders where I've like if I've seen them more than 4 times, I'm just like, okay, what's your name? I gotta know what your name is. Like I feel like I have to know these people at a certain point. So I've known like I know 3 of them by name, which that shows how many times I have been there. Um, it is a fun place. It's very cozy. People are nice. Uh, don't go on Saturday unless you want to eat outside because that will get filled up very fast.
That's definitely good to know. And yeah, what would you say that you would miss the absolute most? And it can be a few things, but what would you say that you'd miss the absolute most?
Okay, okay. So at Osaka, this is another food place. there's. Let me see if I can look this up. Also, I'm now looking up food to show for you. Let's see, Osaka. There is there is a curry bowl at Osaka. It is so delicious. I get it almost. Let me see if I can wait. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the picture actually, because I know I took a picture of this. And let me see if I can find it. Let me go here, go to myself because there's this curry bowl that I like to get every time that I go to Osaka. It is so good. It is like perfectly created. It. I feel I'm like talking so well about this thing. It's kind of crazy. It's like hold on. Here's the picture. Let me open this picture in new tab. Open image in new tab. Let me grab this. Uh, and then let me grab. Where did you go? Here you are. Share screen. Share window. Yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah. This is the absolute most thing I will miss. I've been eating this since freshman year. Like, this is the most like I go into Osaka and get this curry chicken with rice and oh this hits the spot every single time. Like it is wellly proportioned. Like especially if I go during like the lunch special where I get miso soup on the side of it and it like all comes together for like $12 or $14 or something. This is so I'm gonna miss this. It's nothing in Richmond sells this type of curry rice. Like Osaka's not in Richmond. I'm checking right now actually. Richmond, Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, Osaka restaurant. Osaka sushi and steak. I don't think this is the same thing. I think this is a fake Osaka. I'm not gonna lie. I think this Osaka's fake. They got bento boxes. Hold on. That, let me slow my roll a second. I gotta make sure. No, this is a fake Osaka. This is huge. It just is Osaka sushi and steak. I gotta see if they have like a curry roll. I'm now gonna like. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna stop sharing while I look for this. You can ask me something else. So I'm now looking for food.
Well, yeah, I'm so glad though that you are like, yeah, I mean, very engrossed like within the the food culture of Norfolk, Virginia, but
Mm.
but although I do find it so interesting that out of the whole 5 years that you've spent here, that is actually what you'll miss the most. But I mean, but nevertheless, though,
It's so good. It's so good. Everyone else I could talk to on like email, Discord, personal messaging. I can call my friends whenever I want. I can basically appear at ODU and then feel like nothing has changed, even though they change stuff all the time. Like I guess I'll miss being with like friends in person way easier because they're like right in the next door. But like that food, I go there so often. Like it's so good. It's like such a nice like condensed. I'm sorry, I'm reading the other Osaka's bento boxes, and I got kind of curious for a second. I'm a very skinny man that likes eating a lot of food. I'm very sorry. Uh, like that, I would get that for like lunch. That lunch special would like make or break my day. Okay, so it will literally be the bird breakfast and now that Osaka lunch. That's what I will miss because Bird is not anywhere in Richmond. That is a singular place that is just across the street from us. Um, Osaka, I can probably make that myself. I can learn how to make that, I guess. I don't want to. I want to just appear and then say, "Can I get the usual boss?" And they'll be like, "Yes, sir." I almost got that with like Osaka, where I got they remembered my order. I nearly got that for them. I but then COVID happened, and then they forgot all about me. Unfortunately, so it's just how it is. But like now, I kind of appear every once in a while. But every single time I get there, and I'll be like, "Oh, this is it's so good. It's so good." I don't think it's the same one. I don't think it's the same one. Let me see if I look up curry rice.
yeah. So I actually had a new question for you too while you're searching for that. So yeah, since we did mention the pandemic a few times, I know we touched this a bit on for our very first discussion, but
Mm.
but I will say in retrospect, how would you say that your time during the during the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, being a gaming director, working on your studies and everything in
Mm.
between, do you believe that it has helped you prepare to where you are right now?
Kind of. It's like I wouldn't say that it's just straight like if I didn't do these things then I would not be the same person I am. Like I wouldn't say all of that, but like I feel like doing those things have definitely got me to a point of wanting to pursue it more. It's not straight like I wouldn't be the same person I am, but it did help in the right direction of saying, yeah, I'm going to want to do all of this. This is something I really want to do with my time. Because before it was like, oh, I guess I editing would be kind of fun because I used to edit a lot in high school. And because that was I was in communications in high school and they made us edit for like assignments every now and then. So I was like, oh yeah, editing is kind of fun. I have like a few ideas, but I guess I'll do it whenever. Um, now I feel like if I do not edit stuff, I would I would get bored. I feel like I would want to edit, like learn how to edit and do stuff. It's such a fun hobby. Like I don't like doing it all the time just because it's the most like the title screen isn't exactly 5 centimeters to the right, and I'm going to lose my mind because the program doesn't let me do that. It's a lot of that. It's a lot. If I could just think in my mind and then suddenly summon an entire edit together, I would do that so often. But I also like the process of doing it. So I it's I have such mixed feelings on a hobby, but I put it at like the top of my hobbies to do. I yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. And yeah, for me, editing, I don't know. I mean, I definitely have a joy in editing sometimes, but other times, of course, it definitely is draining and time consuming. But I would say the benefit
Mhm.
of putting out these podcasts every week is is that I'm more or less also editing every week or the equivalent of it. So it does
Mhm.
definitely give me, consistent practice and whatnot. Although it is kind of strange in the times where, yeah, I might have done a lot of editing ahead of time and then having to go back to it. And it's just like, oh,
Mm.
it's like I've only been out of it for like 2 weeks and already trying to relearn certain things. So it truly is a habit.
Yeah, that is a very funny thing of doing because it's just like, oh, okay, um, oh, so I used to know how to do this correctly, and now I gotta remember it because like there's been multiple times where I just forget how to green screen, and then I just have to just look up that same YouTube video because it's the same one because I remember I like it and I save it to a specific playlist on YouTube where I'm like, if you forget, and it's like a set amount of video. It's excuse me, it's a set amount of videos that just do like basic stuff like keying, uh, slight animation with like moving stuff, like stuff like that. It's like stuff that I know how to do that I've known how to do like a few years ago or something, and then just don't do it.
Yeah, Les, I entirely get that. And Bryce, like I said, this has just been Les, such a fun conversation, and I feel like it also will serve as a nice time capsule, even of just how everything was just less than 2 weeks before commencement, and
Hmm.
and so I think it would be so fun to even look back at this in a few months and being able to see like where we were before we have finally crossed the stage and finished. And so in that regard, what would you say that you would want to remember months or even years from now about where you are right now and what you want to do that you maybe haven't already said?
What would I want? Um, what would I look back on? I guess the opportunities here just kind of like fall in your lap. Like all you gotta do is just look around a little bit, and then you'll get like a opportunity to do something. Like the esports thing, like that was just a sign on the wall, and I just was like, "Hey, can I do this?" And they're like, "Sure." Like helping friends with like their podcasts and stuff. I'm just here. Like it's literally just like how open things are. Like because everyone's free to do stuff. Uh, like you like I can literally just like I can ask someone to do anything and then I can just they'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm free on this day." But like as soon as I graduate, it's probably not going to be as often because not only would people um not only would people like try and focus like their own stuff, but like not everyone has like a similar schedule anymore. Like that if I saw you just chilling in the studio here and you're just sitting over there like working on something, I'll be like, "You want to record something?" And they'll be like, "Okay." Like now I'll have to call them and then set up a schedule and then make some stuff up and then sometimes that schedule doesn't go together. So it's like definitely like the opportunity that everything is here and all you gotta do is just look out for like a split second and it'll be right there. And that's what I will miss. I'll miss that a lot.
I definitely feel that. And like I said earlier, like I said, WDU is just such a amazing community, and
Mm,
like even as an online student, in the few times I get to actually see you all at work and everything, I think that the
mm-hmm,
camaraderie between all of you is just so remarkable, and
mm,
like yeah, and so I can't even imagine how it is to be there every day and to be a part of it. And Bryce, I know you're certainly a part of the gaming legacy of
yeah.
WOU Studios. Having been involved for 5 years, gaming director for 4, and I'm just so excited to see what you're going to do. In just the near future.
Mm, yeah. I hope to see what happens in the near future because I can kind of I like I said before I can see myself editing and like doing live streams and stuff still in the future. But like what I'm more interested in is seeing what happens with this channel because this channel almost fell off into nothing. Like I said before, it was like 42 subscribers when I first got to it. Now there's a good amount of people coming back and seeing stuff every now and then. I do want to see what happens once I leave. Like I'm like I put it in good hands. Like they have like a good amount of stuff donated to them. Uh, we have like a lot of stuff in the budget sheet because I like put stuff saying like, hey, can we get like 2 Elgatos? Can we get like 3 more mics? Because I'm like taking some of my mics. 'Cause, like this is my mic. This is a mic that's used in the studio often. This it's mine, but I'm going to like take one of them with me. I'm just gonna leave one of them here, or I might just leave both of them here. Actually, I don't know exactly. I can easily just buy another one. That these this does not matter too much to me. Like I'm happy to like give more to people who don't have the opportunity to buy stuff because like I did have money to buy stuff and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like help people out so it makes them easier to like stream and do everything because there's 2 mics in here because how it used to be is like I said before the old setup where it's like the plug-in mics like they're not around me so technically hold on give me a second I'm gonna get up and the light's gonna come up and it's gonna be like a flashbang it's gonna be like bing. It's so bright ooh cover your eyes ooh. Mics like this. It's literally these mics were what we used for like the gaming stuff. These are not USB like at all. It's the old like cord ones. You like plug it in and you plug it into the adapter, and then the adapter plugs into the old Dell PC. That's how it used to be. Now now we have a USB mic that we just plug into the PC. Very easy. That situation that I just showed does not happen anymore. You have the whole mic cover. You can just plug it in. It's plug and play. This entire setup is basically plug and play. Um, you just plug the USBs in. I bought like USB extenders. I don't have this is not connected to a camera. The camera that I normally use to connect to is back there. That's where the streaming camera is, and I wanted to pick that. I could have used this camera actually. There's so many cameras around here, like like that we used to stream. But like underneath the table, connected to this PC, there's a lot of like USB connectors, so like people can just put stuff in, and then just work with everything together. Like I can just look under this table and now there's a C port charger that I can just use to charge my phone whenever I feel like it. So it's a very interesting setup that we have going on. It's I would say I feel like I've simplified this place. I want to see how well it looks like later. But right now I've kind of done a lot that I can to make it easier and better for the new generation of would be streamers or content creators because I've showed them how to do stuff and I what I do need to do to end my legacy here I need to make a video showing them how to do everything Just make a straight video showing how to do everything in here, because I've shown Makai and Daniel how to do everything, but I don't think they want to tell them every time. Which that's nothing against them. That's literally nothing against them. But it can be a mouthful when people are all like, hey, how do you stream? How do I record? How do I edit? And so to be able to go like, okay, just here's this video. I've now shown you this YouTube link. Watch it. Like that's kind of what I want. It's kind of what I want to have for this. So I'm just gonna post it on this channel of some type or variety, and then just allow people to see this. It's also very funny that I've now put it like Easter eggs on here, because I used to like use this channel just to like for like school edits for stuff. So like if you just scroll down, there's just some unlisted videos um that are just here. And I've told Makai and Daniel that if they see these videos, you can just unlist them if you want to. Like you can just make that public on the channel if you want to at any point. And it's gonna be weird because these videos are like, um, these are old. These are so old. The one I'm looking at now is December of 2022, and then the other one is in 2021. So they can just see old me at some point. You could just unlist it, and it's just there. They if they want to do it, it's in their power. Because I did this to the last director who unlisted a video, and I just texted him saying, "Hey, can I unlist this?" And he was like, "Go ahead," and I unlisted it. And it was like it was a video that it was a video of him talking, and he already graduated, so literally he was not a part of it anymore. So now they can just kind of do that as well.
It truly just comes to show that WODU gaming is just truly timeless.
Pretty much, yeah. It, yeah, pretty much. It was literally just no matter what um generation or what's happening. I feel like this studio just kind of evolves in a certain way. Like I feel like we could do more. Like I feel like WDU could definitely do like way more with like collabing with other people, or talking, or doing more than just a radio show. But I feel like we don't have enough we don't have our clout anymore. I feel like, to put it very bluntly, I feel like when I was a freshman, this place was like booming with people. There was like I came in the studio and there was always a person in here. Now it's just kind of like it's very empty in here, but it's not like bad empty. There's like people that come in like pretty often. Like there's always gonna be someone in here in some way or fashion, but it is just like empty. It's gotten way better than how it was like maybe 2 years ago, when literally no one would come in here because of the pandemic. Um, but I would say I do want to see how this place evolves in like a few years. I was joking with Makai one time, saying like if I won the lottery, I'm giving I'm giving some of my portions to WDU to give us a bigger space in some fashion, because there's a roof above us that just has empty space, and I'm like, give us another floor. Just give us like a second floor for no reason. I think that would be funny, and you can just expand this studio. Give us more soundproof rooms. Give us a second sound studio. Give us 2 podcast rooms or something. Extend this office like a lot. Like, yeah, I would donate to this place. I feel like if I donate to this place, I'm really just not gonna leave the studio at some point. Like, I feel like I'm just completely in there.
Well, like I said, you truly just have such such a legacy with the place. And while I know, of course, our time is definitely, you know, and while I know that we're definitely, of course, beginning to wrap up our discussion, though, like I said, I know that this will not be our last one, and like I said, I'm just very excited to see, what you're doing and continue to do. And Bryce, for anyone that wants to potentially, that's watching here, that wants to check out the WODU gaming YouTube channel, what would you have to tell them about it as we're wrapping up?
Hey, all you guys, welcome to W2 Gaming. This is a student owned collective of a bunch of nerds doing gaming stuff. We got edits, we got videos, we got live streams, we got funny moments, we got weird moments, we got podcasts. We just kind of do whatever. Tune in. You don't have to donate. That donate system isn't up yet. We just kind of doing whatever we like. We do reactions. We just kind of I wanted to do more stuff about like going around like campus, like live streaming around campus, but we couldn't really do that. I couldn't really find a way to do that unless I did it straight from my phone, which was kind of odd because we got reactions. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna leave it as that. But basically, come by, show your support, and we will see you there. There's like a lot of we stream nearly daily. We've just finished Persona 3 Reload, like I said. Makai is playing Dark Souls 3, the DLC, and he's getting very angry about it. That's very funny to watch. I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 3 until I beat it, until I graduate, actually. I will probably beat this. I want to beat this before I graduate because I feel like it's going to be so weird for me to be like, hey guys, I'm graduating now. I didn't finish like 5 games, but it's fine. And then go in the next channel and be like, okay guys, to continue my playthrough, I have to go to a different channel. I feel like that's weird. So I'm just gonna finish Kingdom Hearts 3 because that's been so fun to do. We're gonna beat Persona 5. Makai's doing Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, which he has not appeared for it in like 2 weeks. He's a fraud. Let him know that. Let him know. We do Terraria. We kind of just do whatever we want. As long as it's like a game, we kind of just have fun and do whatever. I do a lot of reactions though. It's basically me doing reactions. If there's like a Nintendo Direct or a Pokemon Presents, I'm there. I'll react to it. It probably won't be as much reactions when I'm gone because I think I'm the main one that does reactions. Just because my under director has terrible insomnia, he can't wake up early. And then Makai does not care. To put it very bluntly, I feel like I was the only one that really cares about doing React content. So it's just kind of like that might disappear once I'm gone from the studio. I hope someone takes the reins for that because it is fun to do, it is funny to do, and you can have a lot of fun with that. But that's about it. I don't really got much else to say here. You should get you and like multiple of your friends to start subscribing to us so we can get to 500 subscribers. Because once we get to the 500 subscribers, then we can get money for this channel, and I think that would be so funny. Because once we get money for the channel, then we're just able to start paying for other stuff. Like I feel like streams would go so I wasn't able to reach this milestone, unfortunately, but I feel like streams would be so crazy if we got that ability to spend to like make money because one of the okay, I read something. I was reading something and it scared me a little, but it's fine. I feel like one of the biggest videos that we've done, well, I've done, is the reaction to Sora being in Smash. Because once Sora got into Smash, that was like our biggest reaction ever. I think that came up to like, let me see how big that got up to. Okay, yeah. 185,000 views on that, which is humongous compared to everything else. And I've told Makai, hey Makai, you gotta beat that before you graduate. So I think that's gonna be so funny. But I'm sorry to take up time as that was supposed to be short or something, and I kind of tangented for the 20th time to stream. And yeah, I'll leave it back to you.
No worries there, but yeah, but if anyone who's tuning in, of course, wants to tune in, where's the best places for them to find it?
So we have. You can basically most of our stuff is on YouTube. I feel like that's the best place to find us. It's at capital WODU lowercase but a capital G gaming. That's where we are on YouTube. You get to see clips, videos, live streams, podcasts. Whatever we do is mostly going to be on YouTube. You can check us out on Twitch as well, which is WDU underscore gaming. Let me check it. No, we got signed out. Oh no. Let me find it. Give me a second. Yeah, capital WODU underscore capital G gaming. Yeah, that is where that's where you can find us on Twitch. So it's literally Twitch and YouTube. If you want to see more of us, go to YouTube. But if you want to see like if you want to just pop by, you can go to Twitch as well. I'm not really concerned on being partnered on Twitch with WDU. The next person can probably decide to do that because I was more of a YouTube streamer. I like YouTube more as an interface to work with. Um, but yeah, that's basically it. I feel like you can find us at those two places. If we branch off when YouTube dies, then we'll update that.
Well, hopefully, we don't have to look forward to that announcement. I hope.
Yeah, I got too many videos on here. I don't want this place to go down.
And Bryce, for yourself, where's the best places for people to who are tuned in to follow anything that you're doing?
Okay, I guess I might as well. I didn't put it in the form, but I guess I'll just say it now since it will probably be a good place to do it because I'll do this anywhere else. So at YouTube, you can find me at fried genbu. That's FriedGenbu or Fried Bryce on YouTube. I think I'm the biggest Fried Bryce on this at 124 subs. Because I for some reason I got really competitive. I spelled fried rice wrong. My fault. Yeah, here we go. I got really competitive at some point, and then wanted to beat all of the other fried rices that were here. And all you got to do is just find the one with like 124 subs. Like it's fried gembu fried rice. Like you can just look that up. I did in fact beat them all. I have in fact the strongest subscriber amount of the all the fried rices, but that is not enough. I need to have more. I need to get like a higher amount. But you'll see me there talking there. You can see me on I don't talk much on Instagram, but you'll see me post every once in a while on Instagram. And the Instagram account is Bryce.Martini. That's BRYCE.MARTINI. If you want to see me on stuff there. And I guess if you really, 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 really care, like I don't do this normally because I don't really want people to like go to my Twitter. But if you really care, my Twitter is fried Bryce underscore. That's it. It is like it's not very a big of a thing. I just post art, and every single time that a cooking anime comes out every Thursday, I make a new meal or I eat a new meal. That's basically what I do. That's kind of the interesting thing happening there. I kind of do updates on whatever is happening, but nothing is crazy here. Nothing crazy is happening here. Though those are the main places that you can find me. Now that I've kind of realized that I will be graduating, I'll probably still be on this podcast. Like this podcast is not tied to me working at ODU. Like I would just be here for Brandon. So you'll still see me again at some point, but that's where you can find me uh, if you want to see, if you really want to see this.
Well, like I said, I definitely hope that everyone tunes in and follows everything that you're doing. And yeah, you are definitely always a friend of our show. And last but certainly not least in this episode, I want to allow for you to go ahead and close us out with whether it be a life lesson, piece of advice, quote, or anything that you'd like to say. The floor is all yours, Bryce.
I like that this lighting happened as soon as I thought of something. Every day, you should drink something nice. You should eat breakfast. You should look at the sun. Don't stare directly at it. Just be there. Um, if you can't, if brain fog happens, walk around. If if like something is stopping your way, take a breather. Like life, we all have the same amount of hours in life, so you should be able to don't rush everything too much, but you should enjoy life as much as you can. If stuff is getting in your way, do what you can to calm down. I feel like anyone can do what you want. If you got a hobby, take note of it. If you want, actually, if you got a hobby, record it. Be a content creator when you do your hobby. Because if you do your hobby, like if you're just knitting and stuff, post that on TikTok or something. Because a lot of people like seeing people knit. Like earlier in this episode, I talked about watching people do tea. Like that is so specific. Like if you have something that you want to do, just just do it. That's it. That's what I got. Nothing too crazy, nothing too long. Do what you're passionate in because I feel like the age of content creation has never been more now than now.
I absolutely love that. And I think that's just such a fitting into this amazing, extended episode. Thank you so much, Bryce. Like I said, for all of your, for all your personal support, for being on the show, and happy early birthday.
No, thank you so much. 3 days, let's go. April 23rd, let's go. I will do like I normally do every year and not do anything for it. Cause I'm more of like a person that like I like celebrating other people's birthdays, but I feel uncomfortable when people celebrate mine. Well, like, well, I make it an effort to make a birthday party for people to celebrate on. I think it not like something terrible happened to me as a kid or anything I made a party and no one came by. Nothing like that happened. I just feel just always felt weird about it. If like if like I'm not forcing people to come out for stuff or like do anything, but I'm like really into like celebrating other people's birthdays. So that's something.
Well, that makes perfect sense. But I nevertheless that you enjoyed a day, even if it's just a mostly regular day.
Mhm. Yeah, pretty much. It's like a regular day. I wake up, especially since on that day I have like a final due, so I will be writing. I I will wake up. I will probably treat myself to like a nice meal or something, and then I will finish writing something. That's literally what I'll spend my birthday doing.
Well, I nevertheless hope that you have the best of luck in your exams and that you're able to finish
Mm-hmm.
out your final semester, your undergraduate degree strong, and enter into the
Mm-hmm.
next chapter confident. And I'm also confident that this is not the last time we were speaking. Thank you so much, Bryce, for
Mm-hmm.
everything. And I'm so
Mm-hmm.
excited to catch up with you again whenever we have the chance.
Gotcha. Yeah, I will love to catch up with you. Whenever yeah, whenever the chance happens. But until then, I'll see you next time.
Yeah, and same here for those tuning in. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning into the Tansson Talk Show. I always love doing this, and like for instance today, it was just amazing being able to speak with Bryce, catch up with him,
Mm,
and truly get to sort of document, our thoughts about ending out, you know, ending out our time in college. But until next time, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week.